This next lesson is going to be the multi-strand. It is one of my favorite techniques that you can do on the board. It's extremely versatile. You can make the, your strands, you can make as many as you want. And the nice thing is you don't need any kind of end cap. Like back in the day, a 3-strand would have to, been something like this. And for every thickness of leather, you needed a different size end cap. And with this technique, you don't, because you just wrap and then you tie these coil knots. I'm going to make a bracelet and then I'm going to do a necklace, and I'm going to go very slow so you can understand what I'm doing. So I've strung on my pattern. Okay, with this bracelet that I'm going to make, it looked like this. I took it apart and I am redoing it so you can see how it's done. So it's a 3-strand loaded with beads, and it's 7 inches long, and then the clasp is going to add like an extra inch or so. So let me just leave that on there so you can absorb the 3-strand with beads, coil knots, and then the clasp 4. And on this one, if you look at the picture, you notice that on the leather loop, I don't have a ring. That is an option, so you don't have to put a ring, but I'm going to put a ring, just so you can see how the ring is put on. So I have the beads loaded on. And the interesting thing is, every time you come around, it's basically this is the strand number 1. And the way I have it clipped on the board, I have the clip right at this one below the 0, 0, and then 7. So that's the distance. It's and then I have the ring here. So when I strung on the beads, I strung on maybe 6 inches of beads, the ring, 6 inches of beads, the clasp, and then 6 inches of beads, because we, like I said, we need that extra space on the sides. When you'll see in just a second. So what you wrap around, and then so you have your ring on this end, and then the beads that are for technically the 2nd strand are right here. So you're going to put this here, and then you're going to come around again. Let me see if I could scoot more towards. There we go. And you could you could do the bracelet like this on the small board as well. So see how I come around and I've got the clasp in the bend. I've got the ring in the bend. So and then I've got the beads here. So what I'm going to do here, now that I have everything, and you could do tubes. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to cut about 2. I'm going to maybe 5.5 to 6 inch lengths of cord. So there's 1 and 2. Now, I just want to let you know that you can use super glue if you want. It does dry faster, but I don't. I used to like using super glue, but I don't like it anymore because it has way too many toxic fumes. And what I use is the GS Hypo Cement, and I'll show you how you need to get it really in there. So, okay, so I'm going to scoot all this down, and I'm going to make a coil knot. And I haven't made one yet, so you hold you get your cord. Let me zoom out a little bit. I'm going to lock the focus in because I don't want to get out of focus. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to use hold a peg just like this, and I'm going to wrap I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times. 1, 2, 3. Let me see how many I did in the this one. Okay, it was a 3 wrap. Okay, so I come in here. I'm gonna push the bottom up with my fingers, and I'm gonna take this out and feed this one in this way, and then this one goes in the other way. Okay, And you don't want to tighten it yet. So let's just scoot this down. And when you do tighten it, like don't like pull it like this. Always pull it like the long way. And so now we need to get some, let me see if I can get really close up. Because the glue placement is really important. And you want to be generous. I'm going to get like a scrap of thread just so I can get the that ring out of the way. This one thing you can do is just kind of pull on it. See that? It gets it nice and perfectly out of the way. And then you can take a clip. Let's put that in there and just clip it. The so where's that GS Hypo Cement? So you want to be okay when you scoot your knot over and look at it and say, okay, that's where the knot is going to lay, because you do want a little bit of wiggle room. So and that's the peg will give you that like loop. So you want to just move this over, and then you're going to start putting your GS Hypo Cement right where you notice that the knot was going to sit. And you want to be generous. You want to get it like on the bottom, because you want to make sure that the when you tighten the knot, that the glue kind of squishes out a little bit, because that's really going to help hold it in place. And one thing I really like about the GS Hypo Cement is that when it dries, it's flexible. So it's almost kind of like a clear vinyl. It's really, really cool. And see, the thing with the like super glue, it's just let me get this back in here. Whoops. Okay, that's always a little bit tricky for me. The super glue dries like crunchy, and I don't like that. So see how the knot is still loose? You slide it over, and then you come in, and then you tighten. And if your cords are too short and you can't really get your hands in there to like pull like I'm doing, you can always just grab a couple pairs of like flat nose pliers. But that's why I let me tell you exactly how much I used here. 7 inches, because that way you can get a hold of the cord and see how it's like squished out. That is what you want, because once it dries, it's really gonna like hold. So then we're gonna come over here and do the other side. So let me uh-oh. I have run out of space. Hang on. Okay, there we go. We're gonna scoot all this down. And you can do this with a cotton cord, leather, just any cord that you like. Okay, see now since we have like just like not as much space to work with, we just got to be a little more careful. So I'm going to come in here and do a 3 wrap, just like I did before. Hold it and wrap. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put my finger underneath to kind of like pop it up a little bit so I can feed this one in this way. Just like that. And then this one in this way. Okay, I'm gonna remember, don't tighten it yet. Let's put our GS Hypo Cement. I'm always tempted to squeeze it. It says do not squeeze. I don't know, on the box it says just kind of, but I'm so impatient. I'm gonna squeeze it a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna regret it. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of be real generous and just put it like on the top, on the bottom, just all the way around. I mean, honestly, one nice thing about super glue, it does dry like really fast, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's not worth it. I think the GS Hypo Cement is the best. Okay, I think we got that. I'm going to get this in. I did it. Yes. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to squish that in there. Put the knot over the glue just like that, and then, whoops. Okay, tighten. Okay, and that is it. So it is finished. So what you do is you come in and take everything off. And let's get this off, this, and this. Ideally, you want to trim it after it's dried, but for the sake of this tutorial, I am not going to wait. So what I like to use are cuticle scissors. I like to come in nice and close. So you just got to be careful. And I buy these by the dozen on Amazon. I mean, this particular one, I think I got like 10 pair for like $10. I mean, it was really cheap. So you just got to come in and trim off. If you're doing a triple, there should be 3 cuts. So 1, 2, 3. Is that right? Yes. And then on this side, 1, 2, and 3. So there's 1. And then this one. And this one. And see, the thing is when this, when the GS Hypo cement is still dry, it's very slippery. So that's why I recommend that you let it dry before you cut it. But here it is. It's got the ring on there. So, ta-ta, and it looks just like, almost like it did before, except I used a different color leather. So that's how you do like a multi-strand with beads. And remember, guys, oh my goodness, you can make it like twice as long and then wrap it. It's just like infinite like things that you can do with this. And the next thing I'm going to show you, this one's a little bit trickier. I'm going to work linearly, and this one, okay, let me explain to you what I'm going to do on this one. I want this pendant, and I want a 7 wrap. So let me let's see what we have going on here, because there is an order of operations. This one's a little more time consuming. Okay. I want to work like linearly here. So I'm going to put like, my target length is going to be, I'm going to go for 16 inches. Actually that's 15 because I'm not starting at 0. I'm starting at 1. Or maybe I should make it, should I go, I want it choker style. I'm going to go 15. Okay, so what you do here is when you first, you measure out the amount of cord. So we are just going to, I want it to be 7 wraps. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 wraps. So now, you know, I've got the measurement. Now I have to come in and put the clasp, the ring, and the pendant. One thing that could make it easier is you could use a ring and put it on at the very, very last. Just make sure it's a heavy jump ring that you can open, put it on, and then close it. But I'm just going to make this more difficult because I think it would be a good like exercise. So I'm up for the challenge. I'm going to do the clasp and a ring and the pendant. So let's do this. So the very first thing you have to do is string on the pendant. Okay, so let's do that. This is gonna be a little time consuming, but I'll have the chapter marker. So if you guys ever want to come back to it, you can. So there's the I wonder if there's something I can do to stabilize. Let's try her out. Let's see if this let's see if we can stabilize this. That would be really, really nice. Let's see. Did that hold it? Well, what do you know? Oh, that is really helpful. Wow, wow, wow. That's really helpful. Okay, so that's going to make my life a lot easier. So pendant, clasp. Okay, pendant, clasp, pendant. We have to go through the pendant again. And then we got to put the ring on. So it's pendant, clasp, pendant, ring. Okay. Isn't it, you know what's so crazy when you look at the board, you know, like on advertisements, it looks like it does it. It's like you're the silent partner, you know, it looks so like, I don't know. Like, what do you do with that thing? And then when you see what you can do, you're just like, oh, wow. Go back through the pendant again. And now we have to go back through the ring on the clasp. So let's do that. Make sure you go the right direction, because sometimes I've like messed up and gone the wrong direction. So you just gotta make sure and like keep paying attention. So you gotta go back through the pendant and then the ring. Oh, look, you can make it easy. And then whoops, oh, whoa, did I mess up? See, okay, wait a minute, backtrack. Well, I'm glad this happened because I messed up. Because I didn't go through the ring like I was supposed to. Okay, or did I? Okay, there's the ring. You know, I'm gonna put like a little marking clip, so maybe I just got confused because it looked like it wasn't. I'm gonna put this right there, just so it doesn't like move. Okay. It kind of sort of looked like it didn't like I didn't put it through, but I guess I did. All right. And honestly, you know, making like this with this gigantic pendant, um, this is what did I do? Oh no, no, no. See, that's the problem. Let's okay, we're gonna clip this so it doesn't like move down. And, you know, you don't have to clip the leather. Just just put it there so it doesn't like move around. Okay, so you're gonna come around and go back through the pendant. But usually most of these are like really, really like easy to do. I'm just purposely doing something complicated so you can see how this helps you even with the more complicated projects. So back through the ring. Okay, that was helpful. Then through the pendant. All right, looking good. Let's put this here. And then back through let's take this off, through the ring on the clasp. I mean, the goal is you just don't want the your ring or the clasp or the ring to have one of the loops of leather on the outside. So I think we got it. Oh no, one more. Okay, back through the pendant, ring, and boom, we're done. Okay, so I'm gonna clip this. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to fix the tension. So let's take this off, this one, and for that other one I used 7 inches of leather, but for these I'm gonna bump it up to 7.5. Only because this is a lot thicker, so I'm gonna make the coil knots with the 7.5 inches of leather. I wish I could zoom in for this more, guys, but I can't because you need to see the whole like thing being made, but I can zoom in for the when I do the knots. So let me get my glue ready. Uh-oh, see, I almost messed up. Ah, I'm glad it happened now because I forgot to go through the aha. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to like pull and pull. Like I'm going to kind of slide the leather back and forth, and I'm pulling just to like distribute the tension. So just get it. So in case it did any kind of like weird like buckling or anything. So just get it nice and okay, perfect. All right. So it's going to be a lot easier to do the coil knots because we have a lot of space. So let's come in here and let's do this. Okay. Whoops. All right, I think you can see what I'm doing. Right. Let me move some stuff over here. Okay, that's good. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Can I do 4? You know what, I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna do 4. And the reason is because this is like so many strands. So I'm gonna let me backtrack. And I mean, I could get by. I'm gonna go 9 inches. And the reason is, I mean, I could use the pliers. You know what? I'll do one with the pliers so you guys could see the pliers in action. So in case you're in a situation where you know, your cord is like too short and you're in a pinch, then you know this is how you fix the problem. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is cutting it really close. I don't even know if this will do it, but let's find out. So this one goes this way. Ooh. I mean, sometimes, I mean, I'm one to conserve like thread, but sometimes it comes at a cost to your sanity. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. We might be able to. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whoa, that is really cutting it close. Ooh, I don't think I like that, but let's see if we can do this. Okay, so we have it. Remember, don't tighten it down yet. It's still, see how it's still loose? And then now this one, we're gonna really have to like put some, like, very generous. You just wanna make sure and get it like in every little like nook and cranny. I wish they made a glue that, excuse me, that was like, I don't know, that came out faster. That would be kind of nice. Generous, generous, generous. We have lots of strands in there. So put on the top, bottom. I guess, you know, I guess I can't complain about this glue because at least it has that really nice little, that applicator. Okay, so now we're gonna slide this over the glue. Let me loosen it up a little bit. Okay, right there. And then you take these guys and we're gonna get a grip on this one and then a grip on that one. And then we are going to tighten. See that? I got a good grip on the leather. So this is a good tip, you know, in case you, like I said, that you're running low on leather and you know what I mean, because we all like sometimes run low on stuff. But when I do this other side, oh my goodness, I cannot fit on my own table. Let's scoot this down. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on this side. But you know what? I am going to spare myself the headache, and I'm going to go for the 9 inches. So, okay, so let's get our peg and wrap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And you can make tassel earrings. I mean, it is crazy. And that this is originally what I designed the board for was the multi-strand. And then you know, further down in the lessons, I'm going to show you the tiered version of the multi-strand. So that's another really good one. So let's come in here and remember, generous with the glue. I'm gonna come in here and just put it all over. Well, I can't wait to like wear this necklace, because that the original one I made like years ago with the cotton cord, and I really like the cotton. I mean, but you know, I just thought, why not? Let's give it a facelift. Okay, I think that's good. And this and let me one thing about, oh, I just like the way this stuff smells. Yeah, right. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, sniffing glue. Ha ha ha. So we got the glue. Oh, but one thing about GS Hypo Cement, make sure it's fresh, because if it, you can tell if it's old, that when you squish it out, it looks white, because that can happen as it starts to like harden. So I'm going to put this over the glue and like squish. Actually, these things are actually kind of handy. Perfect. Because since you have so many like strands, you want to get it as tight as possible. But one thing to consider, if you're using like really thin leather, I do have other options, because if the leather's too thin and you pull it, it's going to break. But one of the things that you can do, if you're using thin leather, so this part can be thin because there's no stress being put on it, but you could actually switch to a faux like leather to make the knot, so that way you can crank them down as tight as you need to. All right, ooh, let's check it out. I'm so excited. All right, so this comes off. And on this one, guys, I'm gonna let it dry before I cut it, because this is going to be part of my permanent collection. So I'll trim them tomorrow. But you saw in the first video how, you know, there were 3 cuts. This one, and this one. So this is how it ends up looking. Oh my God. Oh, isn't that awesome? Oh, I love it. I can't wait to wear it. I'm going to wear this tomorrow evening. Or you know what? Maybe I'll wear it on Mother's Day, because today is May 10th. I'll wear it tomorrow. Look at that. Beautiful. Anyway, I hope you like learned something. I mean, these are just like 2 of like so many different things that you can do with the multi-strand. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you in the next video.